Hi, I'm going to be reacting to Ren Money Game Part 3. I have only heard one Ren thing so far. It was called Hi Ren. And now a lot of the Renegades, is that what you guys are called? The Renegades have been sending me um, a lot of requests, but this one looks really good. It looks like, Andrew Lloyd Webber noticed it. Okay, so about me, I'm Erica. I've been running this reaction channel for about 6 months. And prior to doing that, and what I still do is I do work professionally as a voice teacher and piano teacher. I studied music in school. I just love music overall. I love going to concerts. I love live music. I love all types of music. I don't have like a limited genre. Most of what I sang was musical theater and opera, but I sing everything. I teach everything. And I really was impressed with Ren's work. What I did in my last video is, and what I do different than a lot of reactors is I try not to pause a lot because I hate the interruptions because, I have ADHD. So sometimes if you get really involved in something, it's hard to stop because it's like going in and out of something a lot is what makes ADD really hard because you can get really hyper focused on something. And then if someone is constantly stopping, it like ruins your train of thought. And so although some people did not like that I typed, most people did. I'd say 90% of people were like, oh, it's so cool that you type your thoughts. There was a few people who said like, you're missing things because you're more concerned about what you're typing and you're not noticing and this and that. And I'm like, look, I can only do what I can do. I do at the end talk about what I noticed, and if I absolutely have to stop, I'll stop. But I just think for me, if I stop and start a lot, I'm missing the whole artistic piece, and I'm trying to make it an organic reaction. So that's just my preface. Other than that, if you like my reactions, please subscribe. And this form that I'm going off of, by the way, is how I keep track of my reactions. And if you'd like to get onto my form, the best way to find it is from my channel. There's a link tree right here. Click on this, and on this request form reaction videos, it's a Google form. And when you fill out that form, it goes immediately here. Okay. And so that's how I'm getting this Money Game Part 3 by Ren. I mostly go in order. I actually have done 2 of the 3 on this line. This is a non-sponsored one, and then this is a sponsored one. By the way, there was no amount too small. This person is on a limited income, but they still sent me like $5 or something. And I'm like, I was so touched because I would never want someone in financial hardship to feel like they have to send money, okay? Like, so please don't. Just tell me that in the comment, and like I don't expect it anyway, because by the way, I keep all of the requests here. These are all the ones that did not have any sort of like donation with it, and that's okay because I still mark them green. I still go through them. I still consider them. I just try to prioritize. If someone sent me like $20 or $30, I'm like, oh my God, I better like do that really soon, So that's how I do it. But I do also do ones that come with no donation. And honestly, like I want to help. I want to hear everybody's suggestions. Okay. Like I don't want to only suggest people who send me like more amounts of money. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? So like I mix it up between this and that. So it's not always that. But I was very impressed with Ren, and I guess all we have now, I see it starts with a piano, and I have a piano. I actually have a piano right here. Remember how I told you I teach? So I like that. Okay, let's dive in. I bet it's going to be really intense. So I may even be so overwhelmed I may not even type at all, because I may just be really drawn in, which is, I think, what's going to happen, judging by how much I liked Hi Ren. All right, let's go.
you a story about a boy named Jimmy. 1 year old and his first words were mine, mine, gimme. 2 years old he was walking, 3 years old walking quickly. 4 years old he was running round the pavements of his city. 5 years old and his daddy told him, listen here son, you gotta learn to be a man. A man, he works for what he wants. 6 years old and he's reading, writing, top of the bunch. And when he's 7, his progression made him student number 1. 8 years old and he's praised for unusual grades. 9, his parents paid for private school to nurture the flame. 10, 11, 12, 13, he ascends and ascends. His daddy tells him, son, money is the means to all ends. 14, solving complex mathematical equations. At 15, IQ 150, still elevating. 16, he develops complex software code that detects weaknesses in cybersecurity protocols. 17, and he sells his vision, keeping the share. Not yet an adult, but he's practically a millionaire. 18, and his daddy tells him, now you're a man. This world don't give a damn about you, so take all that you can. 19, he turns a profit, stocks and shares, invest in product. 20, double down deposits. 21, his income rockets. 22, he learns that truth is just an obstacle to wealth. If you manipulate the data, then the lie will sell itself. 23, a life of luxury, crystal and cocaine. 24, he makes the Forbes list, they're applauding his name. 25, and his daddy tells him, listen here son, while you're sitting in that palace, that don't mean that you won. 26, a business shift, he switches business to arms. He's 27, dealing nuclear and shells in Iran. 28, inside the Senate, money bought him a seat. He's 29, a role of counsel in the president's suite. Now he's 30, his daddy says you're losing the race. You're just a servant to the king, not even in second place. 31, a big maneuver for his daddy's approval, moving imports over borders from the exports out of Cuba. 32, moving grams, growing kilos to tons. He's 33, filling warehouses with powder and guns. 34, turf war with nobody to stop it. Blind eye from the po-po inside of his pocket. 35, he gets the call. I'm sorry son, but it's your father. Had a heart attack, I'm sorry, he's gone. 36, getting pissed off, abusing his product. 37, eyes glazed, disposition demonic. 38, with a prostitute, a moment of passion, heating up a silver spoon and then chasing the dragon. 39, getting reckless and hungry for power. Daddy's words are still driving him to kill and devour. Makes a move against the cartel, but the strategy's flawed. They retaliate and leave him in a hospital ward. A bullet buried in his vertebra and one in his leg. The doctor sighs and says, I don't think you'll be walking again. Fuck. Let me tell you a story about a boy named Jimmy. He was 40 and he cursed the words, mine, mine, gimme. 41, he wasn't walking. 42, not walking quickly. 43, never running round the pavements of his city. 44, inside a palace with a mountain of gold. But those riches turn to rubble when perspective evolves. Weighing heavy on his conscience is the value of gold. Lamborghini for a life, trading money for souls. Jimmy followed the code inside the land of the free. Put your hand inside the cookie jar, take more than you need. And his example is exaggerated versions of me. And it's a version of him, and it's a version of she, and it's a version of you. There's no escaping the blame. The way we live is parasitic. Fuck the money and fame. Cut the music. This isn't entertainment, this is real life. The way we live is lunacy, community, it declines. Hyperpolarized, always fighting, then we divide. Truth is less important than the money that we designed. Money's an invention. Politics from our invention. They all come from people's ideas. Did I mention? Border's an invention. Law and order fuel the tension. It leads to people killing each other. My solution? Everything is subject to change. We could build utopias if individuals were taught to use their brains. But if we teach kids in schools to always be sheep and put themselves before the herd if there's more money for me, then there's no future I see where the humans survive with parasites inside a petri dish with cannibal minds. Mold will grow upon the surface then consumes till it dies. And our fate could be the same without this story to the wise. "45. Jimmy comes home out of the rain, soaking wet upon a wheelchair, drinking again. He is everything he wants, he is fortune and fame. He's a fortunate fool with an unfortunate fate. With a 45 caliber aimed at his brain. 45 a fitting number cause his age is the same. Here's the words of his father, it's such a damn shame. Then he presses on the trigger of a money game.
Oh my God. That's so crazy. Oh my God. It's so good. It's so intense. I mean, there's like so much there. I mean, I'm glad I turned on I'm glad I turned on the subtitles. It was like so many people. It looked like it was one shot filmed, but it's like it's insane. There's all those people coming in at the right time, and then the shots, and then like a table would appear, and it's just crazy. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot. I mean, like in the beginning, it starts kind of piano, classical, and there was like just really nice music along with it. And that changed different things. Like it wasn't the same thing the whole time.
Tell you a story about a boy named Jim.
It evolved, and it was very fitting for what he was saying at different times. Like the piano was a big part of the storytelling, not just his lyrics. Like it was the piano changing, and then it would play in a different way, and then it would use different things.
Solving complex math.
Yeah, this is da 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 da. It's like a very dramatic riff, right?
24, he makes the 4.
Da 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 da. That's kind of like a Alberti bass. It kind of sounds very like classical. Da 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 da. Very comfortable.
He's 33, filling warehouse.
It's a da da na 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 na. Kind of more of like a drumming.
Bragging, 39, getting reckless.
Da na na na. See, very different. Then there's the string quartet part.
Palace with a mountain of gold, but those riches turn to rubble and perspective.
And it was so beautiful. I mean, it was just so beautiful, accompanying what he's saying. And with them having the same mask on that he had in the beginning. And then, of course, I mean, just even the symbolism of the beginning. He's playing, and then someone else comes over and like, okay, get up, sees in the mirror, wait a minute, I'm wearing a mask, takes it off. Then the other pianist starts playing. But it's like, is it him? Is it supposed to be him? You know what I mean? Like, there's just so much symbolism. But he's just telling such a crazy story about, you know, this person's life story and how he goes through all this stuff. And it's really about like capitalism and just prioritizing the wrong things and making money, and then people still being so unhappy after getting everything. And then, of course, the whole gun thing's very just made me really uncomfortable because you see him like load it. and you see him point to his head. So like I hate that. Like I hate seeing guns pointed at people. Like it just really makes me uncomfortable. So like from an artistic perspective, it's extremely moving. 45 a fit in number because his age is the same, like 45 caliber. I thought that was like a really nice line. I mean, so much of his thing somehow rhymes. Like he's able to say these profound poetic statements that also fit so nicely. Heating up a silver spoon and then chasing the dragon. Reckless, hungry for power. First words, 3 words, walking quickly. 5 years old, his daddy told him, listen, you got to learn to be a man. Unusual grades, sentence and ascent. I mean, it's really, it just goes through like this person and how the wealthy kind of live and they have all this power and they're just trying to, but doing all these like bad things like drugs and war stuff. I mean, it's like, it says so much in 9 minutes. Like he said more than most people say in their lifetime, honestly. Oh, he's so talented too. I mean, it's not only it's like the song itself, like the piano, all the parts that are written for the piano, and then the orchestra, well, the string quartet, right?
Named Jimmy, 1 year old and his first raised 9. His parents paid for private school to nurture the flame. 10, 11, 12.
Yeah, this whole thing just done with like one pianist, viola, violin, cello, and that's it. Like, and then all these like actors obviously who came in. It's crazy. Like it's absolutely beyond, and this was all done like independently.
Of luxury, crystal and cocaine. 24, he makes the Forbes list. They're applauding his name.
Like it's just a piano and his voice, and it sounds so rich.
25 and his daddy tells him, listen here, son.
He's really good at speaking on pitch. Like he's kind of, it's not really rapping, but he's like singing Sprechspiele. You know, it's like sung speech. It's like, it has a tune to it, but it's also mainly spoken, kind of like rap.
Blind eye from the po-po inside of his pocket.
I mean, that's so good. This whole like a culmination right there with the piano coming together.
Need to stop it. Blind eye from the po-po inside of his pocket.
And the ringing. I mean, like the perfect timing of that.
Stop abusing his product. For you on that in his leg. The doc.
Yeah, basically, what can I say? It's genius. Like, I think I would watch this so many times and still pick up something new every single time you watch it. That's probably why you guys like the reaction videos, because probably each reactor picks up on something that maybe you didn't notice or they noticed for the first time, or maybe you're like, oh, they get to discover it just like the time I first discovered it. It makes a lot of sense to me because I'd have to watch this multiple times to see things that I couldn't even, there's too much to see. And I was like, I was typing, I was listening, I was looking, I was like, just processing it, and then even coming back now and like going over parts, there's like still so much more. Like this is the kind of song that has such deep meaning that I'll have to like think about it for a few days and I'll be like, okay, like I get what he's saying now. Well, he's really talented. He's something else. He's like, I haven't seen many people like him in my lifetime. So wow, I'm so glad I got recommended to this, and this is so fun. I can't wait to hear. I see down here links to his other stuff. Look. See all these official music videos? I can't wait. But I'll let you guys tell me what to do next, because whenever I've decided to click on something on my own, it's always been not the best. Like it's either the wrong order or like it's not the fan favorite or something. And whenever I go with the recommendations of the fans, I always make better choices. That's what I've learned. Like when I used to just like roulette, I would like blind roulette, like an artist's YouTube channel, and just pick a random thing. And then they'd be like, oh my God, you picked the most uncharacteristic song for this band, you know, like you picked the wrong one, Erica. I'm like, oops. So now I just try not to do that. I try to just go through the recommendations in the comments. So therefore, yes, use the form. You don't have to, like, please, like, just, I'm so honored that you're even just on my channel. Drop a comment, put in a request. Like, I am very appreciative of any of the support I get. It's been so nice to just have this YouTube channel as like an extra, like side income on top of everything else I'm doing. I'm a mom, like, it's just really nice. And my kids, they're teenagers. So when I first started my YouTube channel, they were kind of like, Mom, you're crazy. Like, you're never going to be anybody, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. They're kind of like, whatever. And then I'm like, no, I'm at 10,000 subscribers now. And they're like, oh, it's actually kind of good. And then my daughter goes, well, until you get sent like makeup by Sephora, I don't know if you've really made it. And I was like, okay, which is fine. I'm just having a good time. But I really love music. And the best part is getting to discover things through you. And it's like having my own, it's like a record store, you know? We don't have record stores anymore. We used to go in the record store and the person working there would be like, oh, check this out. Or someone would come in looking for something and then you'd hear what they're getting and you're like, oh, I want to check that out too, right? We don't have that anymore. So a lot of it's just like the commercial things that, you know, Instagram and those artists have like backings and management companies and promoters and all that. And you don't really know what's good and what's real and what's not. So anyway, I really appreciate that it's organic over here. So thank you. If you liked this video, please subscribe. My Linktree has a ton of links to all my other social media. I have a Discord server. I have Instagram. I have everything. Like I literally have like every social media almost. I have a Patreon. So so whichever ways you want to follow me, great. Or if you don't, that's fine. I'm just happy that you stopped by and we spent this time together. So thank you. And Ren is like, oh my God, something else. I'm going to have to like really take this all in one video at a time because there's a lot to take in here. So thank you so much for recommending this. Oh, and wait, a lot of people, this is my favorite part. You know what I get to do? I make it green after I finished it. And then I feel so happy because I've checked something off. Yay. See how rewarding that is? And so that's why I love the going by the list, because look at all the green I've done. Look at all the videos I've done over the last 6 months. So, all right, gotta end this video so I can start the next one. All right, thank you all so much. Bye.